Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lesson 20 Readback portion of the class. We're going to go ahead and get started. And again, you don't want to start the readback until you've done the lesson at least 3 times, preferably more. All right. Ready? Number 1. May I offer you some help? Interrog. Number 2. He is a lifer at the state pen. That's just P-E-N. Period. Number 3. The movers should be here early in the morning. Period. Number 4. The chauffeur will pick us up tonight. Period. Number 5. Can you tweeze this sliver out of my thumb? Interrog. Number 6. He is not as clever as he thinks he is. Period. Number 7. I will refer you to the progress report. Period. Number 8. It will be safer to keep it covered. Period. Number 9. Some say this road is rougher. Period. Number 10. Which flavor do you prefer? Interrog. Number 11. It is a shame that so many have to suffer. Period. Number 12. He covered up his error. Period. Number 13. Which file are you referring to now? Interrog. Number 14. We never made it to the show. Period. Number 15. I can promise you that I will never eat liver. Period. Number 16. Does Annie have a fever? Interrog. 17. I offered to cover for him with the boss. Period. Number 18. That chauffeur is such a slow driver. Period. Number 19. Amy is so clever. Period. Number 20. This road is safer comma, even though it is rougher and tougher to climb. Period. 21. Even now, comma, he is not over her. Period. 22. Ben is a lover, comma, not a fighter. Period. 23. She needs a favor from her sister. Period. 24. He bought a new pair of loafers. So I would write that as L long O effer and then come back for final Z because it's plural. Period. 25. Are you a giver or a taker? Interrog. 26. This is a real time saver. So safer is going to be your S long A effer. Saver is going to be S long A V. Come back for ER. Okay. All right. 27. We will take a river boat ride on Tuesday. Period. 28. I have never been to Detroit. So Detroit, I would write that as D long E. Come back for TROIT. Period. Okay, number 29. I have a big favor to ask of you. Period. 30. She shivered at the thought of liver. Period. 31. He went over his budget. Budget, I would write as BUJ. Come back for ET. Period. 32. I found a 4-leaf clover today. Period. 33. I could refer her to the progress report. Period. 34. I recall that Bob covered his error. Period. Okay, 35. She shivered when she went in the pool. Period. 36. I prefer to play the tougher course. Period. 37. Did you have, you can phrase that whole thing. Did you have liver for dinner at the river? In Iraq. 38. I am suffering from an extreme headache. period. 39. Which file are you referring to now? Anurag. 40. He has a dog named Rover, comma, Rover, comma, and he can roll over. And hopefully you stitched the R using your R asterisk, O asterisk, V asterisk, E asterisk, R asterisk. Anytime somebody spells out a name, you're using your asterisk for stitching. Okay. All right, 41. She told him she never wanted to see him. Period. 42. They prefer coffee. Period. 43. It was a gloomy, comma, rainy day. Period. 44. Do you have, you can phrase that whole thing. Do you have a copy of the file? Anurag. 45. He is a skinny, comma, scrawny kid. Now, scrawny, I would write that as S-K-R-A-U-N, come back for A-E, scrawny. He is a skinny, comma, scrawny kid, period. Okay, 46. Alfred wisely admitted his mistake. Period. 47. I prefer to help the needy. Period. 48. She carries a heavy load. Period. 49. Diane gave us some extremely good advice. Period. 50. His story sounds fishy to me. Period. 51. Larry is a perfect gentleman. Period. 52. This freshly ground coffee has a strong flavor. Period. 53. I bought a lovely sweater in a sunny shade of yellow. Period. 54. Why is Nate so greedy? Interrog. 55. The honey is very sticky. Period. 56. She wore a frilly, comma, lacy shawl. Period. 57. We were trainees. So I'd write that as TR, long AN, come back for the AE, then come back for final Z. We were trainees at the same time. Period. 58. I feel really lucky today. Period. 59. We studied for the final all night long. Period. 60. It is a sunny, comma, cloudless day. So cloudless, I would write that as KLOUD and then come back for final LS. It is a sunny, comma, cloudless day, period. 61. They are getting married this Saturday, period. 62. Do you prefer tea or coffee with your cookies? Interrog. 63. Lately, Billy has been acting silly. Period. 64. He acted accordingly. So I would write that as A, come back for K, long ORD, come back for the final G for ING, and then come back for LAE, accordingly. Period. 65. Lori flatly refused to get up early. Period. 66. They were exceedingly rude. So I'd write that as EX, come back for S, long ED, come back for the G, and then come back for LAE. Exceedingly rude. 67. It is too drafty in this old house. Period. 68. Are you actively looking for work? Interrog. 69. His hockey team won a trophy. Period. 70. Beat the eggs until they are fluffy. Period. 71. Lily can be so moody. Period. 72. She drives a snazzy new car. Period. 73. This course can be tricky. Period. 74. This has a slightly nutty flavor. $75. We saw the funny clowns. Period. 76. Look at all the packages under the Christmas, which is KRIS, and then come back for MAS, tree. Period. 77. Inform the lady. Period. Okay. 78. We will go to the beach when it is sunny. Period. 79. When can we get a puppy? Interrog. 80. We are completely satisfied with the outcome. Period. 81. He was found guilty at the trial. 82. Is your house warm and cozy? Interrog. 83. Where does the lovely lady live? Interrog. 84. Do you sit by your fireplace on rainy days? Interrog. 85. When did you get married? Interrog. 86. The kitties are white, WH long IT, comma, yellow, comma, and black. Period. 87. Tie the rope tightly. Period. 88. He likes lots of parsley in the barley soup. Period. 89. The trainee, and I would write that as TR, long AN, come back for AE. The trainee hoped he would be promoted soon. Period. 90. She is very helpful at her job at the advertising company. These are derivatives. So we're taking a brief and we're adding either a prefix or a suffix or both. Okay. 91. He was very unsatisfied with the score on his exam. And don't forget exam, you can write it just as XAM. Period. 92. The letter remained unopened until it was convenient. Period. 93. He can be so inconsiderate at times. Period. 94. She works at an accounting firm downtown. Period. 95. He was uninformed. '96. I hope it snows in January. Period. 97. Are you happy that you have, you can phrase that whole thing, that you have a new puppy? In Iraq. Her trip is planned for late August. Period. 99. Do you keep your house cozy in January and February? In Iraq. 100. They were married in June. Period. 101. They purchased a tract home in March. Period. 102. Did you buy the pretty sweater at the sale in July? In Iraq. 103. Will you get a Valentine in February? In Iraq. 104. The new school year will start in September. Period. 105. December is a busy month. Period. 106. She will have a big party on March 23rd. So that's an ordinal. So you're going to write 23E, comma, 2019. So you're going to write 2, come back for THOUZ, and then come back for 19. Period. 107. April showers bring May flowers. Period. 108. We will watch the fireworks on July 4th. Again, 4E. 109. They will go to the CSR. So you're going to write C, RBGS, S, RBGS, R, RBGS. Okay. Initials. They will go to the CSR exam in November. Period. December is such a busy month. Period. 111. Mom and dad, so you can replace your name, so you want to flag it, will be gone in August and September. Period. 112. He cannot wait for March Madness. Period. Okay, 113. The meeting is set for June. Okay, 114. It starts to get breezy in September and October. Period. 115. We leave for our trip in April. Period. 116. He drew the door prize after the dreadful dream. Period. 117. The dragster drove in the drag race at the drag strip. Period. 118. She wore her new dress to the drive-in with her dream boat. $119. I ran over the droopy dead dragon. Period. 120. The drone of the drill was louder than drums. Period. 121. The suspect was placed in custody. $122. The termite is here. Oh, I missed a word. The termite inspector, sorry about that. Inspector, I-N, come back for S-P-E-K-T, come back for O-R. Or you can do I-N, come back for S-P-E-K, come back for T-O-R. Termite inspector is here to inspect your house. All right, let's do some initials using our RBGS. He drives a GMC truck. Period. 124. He is a member of the YMCA. Period. 125. How long have you been a CSR? Interrog. 126. Her teacher is Rose Duran, comma, DURAN, period. So that would just be stitching using your asterisk key. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of well, I'm going to give you initials along with stitching. So you're going to have a variety, okay? Here we go. Kent W. Gibson. So you're writing the proper names out phonetically, comma, Gibson, comma, is my teacher, period. So again, anytime you have a proper name, you're going to flag it if it's one syllable. You don't have to flag it if it's more than one syllable, unless it is a terminal Y, has the terminal Y ending, which is the long E. And anytime you have a proper name, you're just writing it phonetically. And then if it is a test, like the final, I'm going to give you a word list. So I'm going to tell you how to spell the names, the proper names at the end of the test. And then once you're in the edit mode, that's when you would go in and you know, make sure that your proper names are spelled correctly and change Kent to capital K-E-N-T and Gibson, G-I-B-S-O-N. A lot of times our software does not recognize proper names, so you have to go in there and manually change it to the correct spelling. Kind of like when you've got the name Carrie, there's usually 2 or 3 different ways to spell that. Okay, and then anytime you have a middle initial, you would strike, for instance, Kent W. Gibson, it would be W-R-B-G-S. And then back down below when I was giving you the other sentences, such as he drives a GMC truck, GMC has periods. So at the end of a test, I would give you all the proper names, and I would say, okay, GMC is going to be one of your proper names, and it's capital G period, capital M period, capital C period. So then you would go into the edit mode and make sure they're all caps with periods. And then there's other things like YMCA that's all caps but no periods. So I would give you that in the word list. So that's how you're going to know which initials have periods and which don't. So that will be part of the word list that you will receive after the test is over. Okay. All right. So just a few more initials along with spellings of names. Here we go. D-L Knapp, comma, K-N-A-P-P, comma, is still missing, period. Grace M. Perez, comma, P-E-R-E-Z, comma, had a baby on May 23rd. So I just gave you an ordinal, so you're going to use your E, comma, 1960. So you want to flag 19 to show that it's a year, period. Kelly I. Savage, comma, S-A-V-A-G-E, comma, went to jail, period. Patrick Q. Taft, comma, T-A-F-T, comma, is a movie star. Now, I'm going to show you on the whiteboard again. I know I've covered it before, but I want to make sure that you know how to transcribe it when you transcribe it in a test. So if I have Patrick Q. Taft, T-A-F-T as a movie star, you would go into the edit mode and it should look like this. Oops, let's see. Patrick, capital P, lowercase A-T-R-I-C-K, Q, period, space, Taft, okay, comma, space, T, and then this is, we're showing that it was spelled out. So that's how we show that. We don't delete that. So even though we go into the edit mode and we change the spelling to the correct spelling, we still have to show that it was spelled out. So we use the hyphens to show that that a name is spelled out. Okay, capital T, and then the rest are lowercase. A-F-T are all lowercase. Comma, is a movie star. Now, notice that I have a comma before and after the stitching. There's always, if you have a name that's stitched in the sentence, it's always going to have a comma before and after. Okay. All right. So let me save that. All right. All right. So let's see. There's one sentence left. Here we go. Ted Glassburn, comma, Glassburn, comma, is the new contractor, period. Now, if you have a hard time keeping up when I stitch, that means you need to go back and practice stitching with your alphabet. If you have a hard time keeping up with initials, you need to go back and practice the alphabet, striking the RBGS. If you have a hard time with ordinals, same thing with ordinals. You need to go through 1 through 31, striking your E. Okay, so that's a good way to tell if you know it or not. If you have a hard time keeping up, that just means you need to go back and review it. Okay, so your goal is to be able to hear it and write it and not hesitate. Okay, now I'm going to just give you a couple of names along with phone numbers. Okay, here we go. John P. Beck, comma, B-E-C-K, comma, 781-7490. Now again, if you know that's a phone number, you can do the hyphen, initial H, final P, or I'm sorry, initial H, final F for the hyphen. But if you're not really sure where the hyphen goes, don't worry about it. You can always add it when you're in the edit mode, okay? All right. Simon L. Draper, comma, D-R-A-P-E-R, comma, 982-4930. Julie R. Gilmore, comma, Gilmore, comma, 634-9278. Roger W, Jordan, comma, JORDAN, comma, 9783708. Dean G. Shoemaker, comma, SHOEMAKER, comma, 5301417. Jason S. Kissel, comma, KISSELL, comma, 8326794. Thomas N. Monarch, comma, MONARCH, comma, 5493658. Travis V, as in Victor, Haskins, comma, HASKINS, comma, 6498668. Sydney C. Paxton, comma, PAXTON, comma, 8389543. And the last one is J.R. Gardner, comma, GARDNER, comma, 6392543. Now, there's one more thing that I want to show you that will be on the test. Whenever you have initials, somebody's initials, they go by JR or they go by JC or TJ. You're going to make sure when you go in the edit mode to edit that and write it out. You're going to write it as, let's say it's JR. It'd be J period space R period space and then Gardner. Oops, hold on. Gardner, comma, GARDNER. It's very important that you have a space after each period. So it's capital J period space, capital R period space. Okay, that goes for anybody's initials. They go by JP or, TJ, things like that. you want to make sure and have a space in between right after the period. So J, period, space, R, period, space. Very important. Okay, you don't want to, get something wrong just because you didn't make a space there. But when you get into speeds, if you don't put a space between the initials, that is -1. And the state board counts off for that as well. So it's important that you understand that, okay? And you would get it marked off on a test as well in theory, because we want you to get used to that right away. All right, now let me just give you a few dates and then we will be done. I know this is a long read back, but it's because we have our final coming up and I want to make sure that you are prepared. Okay, so let me just give you a few dates. Okay, here we go. April 8th, which is an ordinal, so you're going to hit your E8, comma, 2004. So strike your 2, come back for THOUZ, and then come back for 4. Next date. You can separate these with the period if you want. I wouldn't use a comma because you're already using a comma in between the day and the year. June 22nd, comma, again, that is an ordinal, so 2, come back for 2E. 1998, you want to flag 19. Next date, January 1st, comma, 1979. Next date, November 30, no ordinal, so just 30, comma, 2000. So you're just writing 2, coming back for THOUZ. And the last one, August 25th, comma, 1881. So you want to flag 18, come back for 8, come back for 1. All right, so we have gone through 137 sentences. So now you may want to take a break, come back to it later, and go back through, read your sentences, and see how you did. Take note of any mistakes that you make so that you are aware of what you need to practice before you take the final. And again, the final will be everything that we covered today. So, and everything that you've learned in lessons 1 through 20. All of your briefs, phrases, words, there's, concepts, ordinals, let's see, initials, stitching, dates, phone numbers, basically everything that we've covered from lessons 1 through 20. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you soon in the final. Have a great day.